pemirsa, selamat pagi. Apa kabar? Senang sekali saya Tanti Berdopo bisa hadir untuk Anda. Pagi hari ini saya berada di sebuah ajang kreativitas yang mendatangkan banyak sekali anak-anak muda zaman now. Anda bisa lihat di belakang saya. Mereka mencari jawaban akan tantangan masa depan dan Sampoerna University mencoba untuk menjawabnya dengan mengadakan Game Changer Festival, di mana menurut mereka membawa perubahan itu menjadi penting untuk menjawab tantangan masa depan. Apa yang dimaksudkan dengan ini? Saya akan segera bertemu dengan Dr. Marshall Short. Beliau adalah Chief Academic Officer Sampoerna School System. Good morning, Dr. Short. Sorry to bother you.
Hi, good to see you. Of course, please.
Well, I just finished walking around to see the festival. This is quite interesting. Game Changer Festival. It seems that Sampoerna University really emphasized to produce a lot of game changers for Indonesia. But why game changer? Why is it so important to have a lot of game changer in this world?
Well, it's really a reflection of the values of the foundation, right? Puka Sampoerna Foundation really believes that we have to do a better job educating future leaders to secure the future of the nation, the future of Indonesia. And we know that business and industry and even the government is struggling to find the right kind of talent to lead us into the next generation. And so the idea is to really challenge today's youth, to really encourage them to aspire to do something better for themselves, both academically, both personally, and then ultimately professionally. And to develop the kind of skills that are not commonly found in graduates in Indonesia today.
Commonly? What do you mean by not commonly?
Well, you know, there's a lot of people who study specific subjects. I mean, you go to school, you study accounting, you learn how to be an accountant. You go to school and you might study biology and you learn biology. And what we know as educators, certainly around the world, is that when you study a specific discipline for 3 or 4 years, you see the world as an accountant, you see the world as a biologist. What we try to do is really to develop the whole person, right? It's more than just learning a subject, it's growing as a person, it's developing really what we call soft skills. And when we talk to business and industry, for example, in Indonesia, it's actually those kind of skills that are the hardest for them to find. And so when you look at youth unemployment, which is a problem in the country that we really need to take very seriously, we certainly do as a foundation and as an institution. How do we make it so that our graduates are prepared to move into the workforce and they have the skills that the big employers would like? And it's the soft skills that are really critical.
Yeah, that's quite interesting because based on my own experience, like we go to university and then we just want to get the certificate, to be honest, and then we not easily get the job as well after we graduate. But sometimes we work in different fields from what we learn in the university. But then we kind of afraid of making our own opportunities, our own job. How do you see this?
Well, I mean, one of the things that we build, obviously, when you come to an institution like this that really helps to develop the whole person, part of that development and part of that evolution is about confidence. I mean, if you look at entrepreneurs, and again, there's a great entrepreneurial spirit in Indonesia. It's one of the really nice, as someone who's not from Indonesia, the entrepreneurial spirit here is really tremendous, and it's fascinating to watch. And you know, you have to have a real desire, and you have to have real passion. You have to be smart, but you really have to have confidence. And so one of the things that we also create in the development of soft skills is young people work more with one another, as they communicate more with one another. All of our students do internships, and so they learn about the world of work. They gain a lot of confidence, and so when they emerge, they're very confident in their abilities and in their talent. And so if their aspiration is to go start their own company, they've got the skills to do it.
They just go for it.
They've got the skills to do it, yeah.
Okay, because something that quite interests me is about the speakers in this festival. Like let's say Nila, Andre, they are all entrepreneur. They are working for themselves. They are making differences in their own environment, and then they're also making their own opportunities. That's the aim that you want to get from this festival, right?
Yeah, I mean, and again, obviously the festival that we're doing today is geared toward high school students, and you know, and we want them to think about their future. We want to think about the opportunities that they can have as adults. And we want them to really think seriously about, okay, so what do I need to do to prepare myself, frankly, for jobs that may not even exist today? You know, we were talking earlier that really impressed, a 10th grader said, so how do I prepare for jobs when I graduate from the university?
And he asked you about that.
He did, and I thought, what a great question. And And I told him, I said, look, the reality is that a lot of jobs that exist 6 years from now don't even exist today. So it's why it's really important that you teach students to think critically, problem solve, communicate very well and effectively, learn how to collaborate, work with others. Those skills are going to help you no matter what profession you go into. And so that's what we call in the U.S. transferable skills. So you learn those things, then jobs may change 6 years down the road, jobs may change 10 years down the road. Those skills are always going to help you. And so all of our graduates, in fact, our speakers today, they all have a really strong toolbox of transferable skills.
Yeah, I can see that also. But then, is that applicable for Indonesia? Is that really can help our future talents here in Indonesia? What kind of future talents that we really need in Indonesia?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And you know, we've had some speakers from PricewaterhouseCoopers, for example, and we do a lot of work with the Big Five, and they've done a lot of studies in Indonesia about, well, what are the needs of major employers in Indonesia? Because there really is a pretty big skills mismatch in terms of university graduation and employment. And the ministry has been wrestling with this for years. It's a really difficult challenge, but again, the ministry's been looking at it for a number of years. We know that some of those things that employers find difficult to find in graduates, English language is something that's really important, because jobs today are they're global in nature. They're cross-border, and so you're going to be working with people from all over the globe. So English language fluency is something that multinationals in particular struggle to find. Interestingly enough, workplace computing, which again, as somebody from abroad, I come here and I've never seen so much technology in people's hands in my life. But what they're looking for is a little different in terms of productive computing. Then the other things that they need, it's really again about social and behavioral teams, collaboration, leadership skills, and confidence. It's sort of the soft skills that I talked about before. Those are the pain points for a lot of the big employers in Indonesia, and so this is absolutely applicable to Indonesia. Absolutely applicable.
Okay. Thank you very much for the show.
Of course. It's a pleasure to see you.
Hope that can make really a good future talents in Indonesia.
Thank you.
Dan kami masih akan segera kembali, karena saya masih akan mengajak Anda untuk melihat bagaimana Game Changer Festival ini, termasuk juga untuk bertemu dengan salah satu speakernya sesaat lagi.